you just keep doing it until you get better, because we're not all born natural creatives or YouTubers. Does anyone come out of the womb a stellar YouTuber? I don't know. Hi guys, it's Angie, MBT INFJ, and how to remember the name of my channel. Yeah, so today I want to talk about INFJs and confidence. Confidence, yes. This is something that all types struggle with, I'm sure, but I think as an INFJ that we tend to hold ourselves back a lot from reaching our potential, our fullest confidence potential. And I'm going to go into why I think that is. So I'm making a video on confidence, and I'm wearing a hat. Am I prematurely balding? Am I sponsored by Nike? I frickin' wish. I actually wear hats at the gym, and the gym is one of my biggest confidence boosters of all time. I think because I really get it out of my head into my body, and you release those endorphins, you're feeling good. This isn't a go get fit video. I'm not promoting that everyone has to lift weights or get a gym membership to be confident. That's not true. That's one thing that works for me. Being an INFJ, we have inferior SE or extroverted sensing, so it's sometimes I really struggle with being present, being in the moment, but I also love being in the moment when that moment occurs, and it's you know, I'm doing something healthy like exercising, working out, or I'm outside in nature, stuff like that. So, oh yeah, back to the hat though. So I wear hats at the gym, partly because I don't want other people, it's like one of those things where like a little kid has his hands over his eyes because he thinks that other people can't see him. That's kind of what this hat does for me. I feel like it blocks people out of my peripheral vision, so I can't focus on them when I need to be focused on what I'm doing at the gym. So I think for INFJs, having extroverted feeling as our secondary function, we tend to value the opinions of others greatly. I think we're really sensitive to criticism. We might not always show that sensitivity to criticism, but I think we take things to heart. Not that people at the gym are coming up to me and they're like, yo girl, you got bad form, you're doing it wrong. Like, I'm not worried anyone's gonna try to come up and correct me and I'm gonna feel like an idiot. I just really don't like having all these eyes on me. Very self-conscious. I don't know if that's a universal thing for INFJs, but I think we're very in tune with the energy of other people around us. We're very aware of their emotional states or their body language, and sometimes that detracts from us worrying about ourselves. We're worried about other people. So for me, having this hat in the gym helps me to stay focused, stay confident on doing what I'm doing for myself. So ways to build confidence as an INFJ. I think we are our own worst critics at the end of the day. And not that, you know, everyone isn't their own worst critic. But I think having tertiary introverted thinking as our third function, we tend to criticize our work very harshly. We give a lot of respect and patience to other people. We have a lot of understanding from where people are coming from, and we see the potential in other people, but we can't mirror that back at ourselves. We expect ourselves to be on like level 9 or 10 when really we're human and we take time to progress. We make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. And I don't necessarily think I strive to be a perfect person. I think I hold my standards very high for myself, and I don't even realize it until someone's like, hey, I think you're being a little bit harsh. I didn't even notice that thing that you're like, you know, you're, oh, I can't show somebody this piece of work or this video because I did this thing 2 times. And they're like, I didn't even notice it. And I'm like, oh, You can't do that if you want to gain confidence in your work and the things that you love dearly. You can't criticize them super harshly. You got to give it your best effort. We're not like half-assing things, but we can't hold ourselves to a standard of perfection. So that's something I've been working with as I'm trying to pursue creative business opportunities and also put my creative work out in the world. There's this, now we have deadlines, and now we need to produce things at a higher rate if you want to start seeing return of investment and stuff like that. So I really struggle because I'm like, I don't have enough time. I can't do this in X amount of time. Nope, I need more time. I don't really think I need more time. I think I like to stall and make excuses for why my work's not good enough. But as Nike would say, just do it. Just do it. Never doing that again. So, yes. Just do it. Get out of your head. Stop trying to see things from every single angle. Stop trying to predict how others are going to view you or view your work. Part of that confidence, I think, is also doing what you do well. Sometimes I really have to sit down and write a list of all the things that I'm good at, because I think I easily see what other people are good at, and I'm like, oh, this person has this, and this person's very talented, and wow, they're so successful, like good for them. And I don't really like look at myself, I'm like, I don't have any of that, but I think other people see our skills and see the value in what we do as individuals, and we don't necessarily give it as much value. So part of gaining that confidence is to like own the fact that we are badass INFJs. And we might not put that out there like, we're badass. Like, no. Most of the time I'm quiet and I'm in the background of things. I like to be the observer, but when it comes down to someone needing help with a problem, or we all have different talents and interests, so this isn't specific to INFJs, but for things that are music or creative for me, I'm like, okay, like that's something I'm good at, so I'll volunteer myself, or I believe in myself enough to put myself out there, because I know that I can do this, or helping others, or be that person to talk someone through something. And I think we can own that about ourselves, and I think I criticize myself a lot for being a sensitive person, but sensitive in this sense that I want to be more tough and hardcore, and there's some times in the world, and especially now entering like the business world, that not everyone feels as deeply as you do, and how to not let that hold you back and set you back. Part of that for me is and also it goes right back to taking criticism. You're gonna get criticized in the business world, you're gonna get criticized even in your personal life. You can't avoid criticism, but I think that's why having that strong sense of self, knowing the things that you're good at, and not wavering based on other people's opinions of you, and separating business from personal life too, especially for me, putting my work out there, photography, videography, stuff like that, and having people criticize it. I can't take that to heart and be like, oh, well, I see myself through my creativity, but people are going to have their own opinions of your work, and I can't just sit back and be like, oh God, I failed, like that was everything I had. And no, you just try again. It's the only way you're going to improve. So for INFJs, I really think own the things that you know you're good at. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Keep pushing to even get better at those things while still respecting yourself along the way, and not holding yourself to an unbelievably high standard, because perfectionism does not exist. And we might have these visions of our work or a certain outcome in our head. I think with NITI that happens a lot, but you can't let that just disappoint you if you haven't lived up to that vision or something didn't really turn out the exact way that you wanted it to. And yeah, not letting the emotions of others influence you. Even making these videos is a struggle for me. I'm a lot better at writing than I am speaking. And I think that goes back to that perfectionism. I don't do well just free-flowing thoughts from my head. I like writing things down. I like having something to read in front of me. I was actually very good at public speaking because I had everything planned out and I knew it was coming next. But speaking from my personal experiences or talking to the camera is harder for me. So it's easy to look at myself and say, no, I'm not as good as these other YouTubers, or I'm not, this isn't my strength. But it doesn't mean, if I love doing it, and I love talking to people, and talking about my experiences, then you just keep doing it until you get better, because we're not all born natural creatives or YouTubers. Does anyone come out of the womb a stellar YouTuber? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, or don't. But that's gonna conclude this video. I think I've been recording. Actually, my battery's gonna die, so yeah, thanks for watching. And if you liked what you saw, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, or make a suggestion for the next video. Thanks.